Has crypto made your personal financials better or worse for having been involved? I'm just curious to hear from members here if crypto has improved your personal financial situation or made it worse. Are you up money from having invested in cryptocurrency or down money? Obviously, this is going to depend on everyone's personal situation, i.e., when did you start investing? When did you sell if you sold? What cryptos or projects did you decide to invest in? Have you been a victim of theft or rug pulls, etc.? A Lending Tree study found that 38 of Americans they surveyed who invested in crypto have lost money versus 28 who said they made a profit, with 13 saying they broke even. Barron's had a similar study, but their findings were that 3/4 of Americans who invested in Bitcoin have lost money. Curious where most people on this sub sit. I'd also consider even if you haven't sold or even according to current prices. Would you consider a loss when you look at opportunity cost and say something like buying a house probably would have delivered a 20 profit per year? Although obviously there's no gain if you haven't sold said house. I guess you could also say had you invested in stocks instead you'd have seen a gain of 18 in 2020, 28 in 2021, although a pullback of 18 in 2022. I'd be surprised to hear of Redditors on RCC actually making good profits on crypto at this point of time. A lot better. Used money from the last run to start a business and now working full-time with that. Now I'm DCAing back in. Hasn't really changed anything except I have an hour less each day from staring at charts. I think most people have their personal finances worse at the start because we come in with almost no knowledge and experience. And then for as long as you are patient and put in the effort to learn, your personal finances will get better and better. 30 up on BTC investments. Initially worse as I lost a lot of money being a degen gambler, but eventually better since it made me realize I will never be a good trader and I should focus on saving and DCA. Worse. I'm an eternal optimist, so it can only get better from here. Changed my life for the better entirely since 2021. Did take me 3 cycles though. I bought an altcoin during the huge pump earlier in the year and it's down by a huge percentage, so I'd say I'm wrecked for now. I only started my investing journey in 2021, so I'm down on all fronts. But to be fair, it seems like the world is on financial fire right now, so I'm not too concerned about myself as I'm more concerned about how things will play out globally. It's the long game for me, so as far as I'm concerned I'm in profit versus the people who haven't even started their own investment journey yet. I'm poorer but wiser, so a rich man shrimp. I took out my initial investment during last bull run. Now I am playing with house money. All profit from here on out. Ask me again in 10 years. After 2021 my soul became numb and I just don't care anymore. I hope this answers your question. Overall I think it did nothing. I was investing in stocks before crypto, so it's the same except I now have more crypto than stocks. Now it's worst. I hope that this will better in the bull market. You can't hang a price on wisdom, which I got from trading crypto. You actually can. In my case it's 73. It really did. I am still waiting for my X1 returns from initial investment. I forgot to sell at the top, so I'm basically breaking even right now. In terms of making financial gains, I wouldn't say yes, as I bought majority of my holdings near the top, so they're majorly in red for now, but in terms of gaining financial knowledge I will respond in the affirmative. I have learned many things about finance and how finance work which ordinarily I wouldn't have known if crypto hasn't taught me. And when I try to compare my monetary losses and otherwise, I think it's somehow well balanced. If I lose cash to gain knowledge, then it's definitely worth it. Cashed out my original investment at the top. Have been building up bags since then. Better. It made my finance better 'cause I have been lucky this last bull run. But it took a big mental health toll on me. Didn't sell at the top. So now I'm waiting for the next run. DCAing what I can. Hopefully it'll all be big gains one day. Started with crypto 2021 at the height of the bull run. Portfolio is down 50 even with DCA, but learned many lessons from chasing the next 100x shitcoin. I learned a lot, but my portfolio is at a loss. I'm gonna be honest, there isn't much way down from where I am. Currently down 66. But I'm not selling for quite some time. I'm super hopeful that the next 18-24 months will bring us some serious levels of green. Thankfully. Better. Cause of timing, I was forced to cash out most of my Doge I know near the peak in order to pay for closing costs on a house. Wound up rolling what was left into ETH and have been DCA and staking since. Involved since mid-2017 made it better, but you have to learn when it's time to sell. Better, although I was hacked and lost 70k. I managed to buy and sell during the last 2 bull runs. And used part of the money to fund my company and buy me the tools I needed. Plus it allowed me to go live in Spain for 1.5 years. Now trying to gather my strength to DCA back in. But I am more focused on my company than on rebuilding the Ying money they stole from me. Worse. Bought in May 2021, have been bag holding since. Worse due me to being brokey, those fees are killer, especially when making mistakes. But I am learning, and as the portfolio grows the fees take less and less of a toll. A few friends who actually listened to me before the last bull run did very well. One buddy made 100k profit off BTC. My former supervisor paid off his daughter's college tuition. I convinced him to buy a ton of ETH. My uncle went balls deep into BTC and made a killing. Tipped me $5,000. I'm in the negative and had made way more in traditional stock, however still investing, and I'm not worried about. I feel like the upside is going to be way more and eventually will gain momentum and have a good ROI. Financials from money perspective worst, at least until now. Financials from knowledge perspective far better. I quadrupled my life savings. Financially worse. But only started seriously investing recently, so that's to be expected in the short term. Made me lose money, but it also made me smart with money, if that makes sense. I can't say worse for having been involved because every investment carries a certain risk. So believing investing in crypto has the potential for financial growth and positive returns in the future. I've been in since 2017 and at one point I was up substantially, but these days I'm about break even. So not great, but woman shrugging. I got absolutely destroyed by an exchange delaying a trade, which brought me to about even. Would have otherwise been up. Much worse. But I remain optimistic. Ask me again in 10-20 years. Better, then worse, now I'm about even. I'm down in money but up in knowledge, and knowledge is power, so I guess I'm more powerful now than before. Or was it money is power? Maybe I'm less powerful now. I'm happy anyway. And that's what counts. Worse currently, but playing the long game. The only response my mind could come up with to this post was LOL, pain. Profit and learned a lot about finance, politics, world form orders, economy and big players. Definitely worse.